Okay, let's talk about hawks. So this is a ruffled hawk. There are also scruffed hawks, but for now when I talk about hawks, I just mean the ruffled hawk. Now to get a ruffed hawk, you just need to get a mixed forest of either size 40 or when you hit that level 3 at size 100, that will also give you a ruffed hawk. Of course, there are some other things to take into account, which we'll go into detail in a little bit. And join those two together, giving us 46. So that gives us an animal. Because this is a mixed forest, that will be a ruffed hawk. So now we can have a quick look and see, yeah, I can put my ruffed hawk here, and that's getting me 325 points. Obviously, I got really lucky. There's 6 snack munch in that zone. You can see the 6 turning up just there to tell me there's 6 snack munch. Perfect forest placement. Yeah. So that's a lot of points for having a hawk there. I think that's one of the highest scoring animals in the game, especially if you can line up the bonus tiles like that. It has this kind of footprint, which sits really nicely just here. It wants at least 15 trees and at least 1 snack munch, which is relatively easy to do. It's got a footprint of 21, so the best situation is to have a full 21 trees. It gets 5 points from trees and also 5 points from swampland. Unfortunately, at the current state of the game, trees and swampland never touch each other, so there isn't really many situations where you'd build a terrain with swampland and trees next to each other. Hopefully that'll change in the future. But you can see I've got a couple places where I could put this and get a lot of points. So this one is 265 points, and over here is 245 points. So if you've seen my earlier video talking about antler, you'll see that the hawk is worth significantly more points than an antler. However, they aren't necessarily always better than antler. The big difference is to get a hawk you need a mixed forest, and mixed forests are easier to get than our standard trees that are... Geez, this is very mixed. There's some prickly trees there, and some leafy trees there, and then mixed trees where the two are touching. This one, again, we've got mixed trees, we've got prickly trees, we've got... Maybe there's some leafy trees in there? Oh, yeah, there's some leafy trees. The issue is, so the first one, so when I completed this one, I got that first hawk that hasn't been placed yet. When I complete this one, so this is our second mixed forest rank 2, I don't actually get a second hawk. What I get is a Greybone Ulf. Greybone Ulfs can be worth a lot of points. They have a very large zone, but they're only getting 3 points for each tree in their zone. So at the moment, this one's only worth 122 points. That is less than our hawk by a long way, and it's even less than a lot of our antler. In order to get its second bonus, it needs to have 2 large prey. And large prey is hawks or antler. Right now I have 1 hawk, and that's it. So I will not be able to get that second bonus from the Grey Ulf yet. The next time I complete a mixed forest, I'll get another another hawk, and then the time after that I will get another Greybone Ulf, which means that across a game to level 10, when I generally only get about 4 forest things, I'm going to get 2 hawks and 2 Greybone Ulfs, and the second Greybone Ulf is not going to be worth enough points. So for me, I find the most optimal path would be to get 2 hawks, 1 Greybone Ulf, and 1 antler, because then you've got 3 large prey, and hopefully you can get 2 of them close enough together to give to the Greybone Ulf, and then all of them will get a decent amount of points. So, placing hawks and ulfs. So we've got this beautiful spot where I can put a hawk just here, and we've got a nice spot just there. So that's 2 hawks that I can place for 265 points or 245 points. Unfortunately, I actually want to try and place these close enough together that the Greybone Ulf can take advantage of them. And those 2 are not going to be close enough together, which is a serious shame. Let's have a quick look at the Greybone Ulf and check how large its area is. Yeah, so you can see it's not going to be able to cover both of those. So I'm going to want to position them. And that's another reason why the antler are good, because they only want trees and grass. and they get points for being on grass as well. Even if it's not as many for being on trees, it means that you've got a little bit more flexibility with where you place them, which means they're really good for feeding to this guy. Honestly, I think putting this guy here, and then 2 Horks. Ooh, let's see, 1 there. And this is probably going to look bad, because I'm going to want, yeah. It hits all the requirements. It's only 215 points, but that's pretty good, all things considered. That's basically as much as you'd get for a perfect antler. So even though it's got a much worse footprint, you can see how they're colliding with each other. It's still getting plenty of points. And then if we drop in the Greybone Ulf, there you go, 261 points for the Greybone Ulf to sit on top of both of them. So, that's why Horks are generally better than Antler, but at the same time you have to know how to place them, where to place them, and be aware of the fact that you're going to get Ulfs as well. The Ulfs are also super cute. I mean, they're all super cute.